What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Life with Libby. I am so dang happy to have y'all here. I'm a little frazzled. If y'all can't tell, my hair needs to be washed desperately, like real bad. This messy bun is doing wonders for me right now because this hair is so freaking dirty. I also almost just had a mini meltdown because my nails are longer than normal right now, which is great. I love them. Like, I love the way that they look. However, I can't do certain things with them. Like, I can't put my necklace on and off. And I recorded a ton of content on Sunday, so I changed my jewelry. And I was able to do that. But this clasp on this necklace is so tiny. I am not kidding y'all. It just took me 25 minutes. That's dramatic. It took me 15 minutes to put this stupid freaking necklace on because I was like, this sweatshirt needs to be broken up just a little bit because the orange is really bold. Not that it really even matters, in the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't freaking matter about the necklace. It wasn't about the necklace actually to begin with. It was about me starting something and finishing it. I wanted to wear the necklace, so I'm going to wear the necklace. I may or may not be slightly stubborn. Anyway, hi y'all. Happy Tuesday. I'm so sorry that I did not get an episode out to y'all yesterday. I was slightly frazzled, kind of like how I am today, but you know what? It's okay. We're here. This episode may be trash. It may be great. We never know, but it might be good because I'm pulling stuff from this book, Live by Sadie Robertson. We are reading this for our Bible study right now, and we're only supposed to be chapter 4, and I just decided to read the whole thing, because that's just what I decided to do. So, if you have not read this book yet, 10 out of 10, highly recommend it. I will link this for y'all in my bio. It's on Amazon. You can find it almost anywhere, but it is so dang good. I could not put it down. Once I started, I couldn't stop. So I'm going to pull a couple things from it for y'all. I did tag a few things. And I feel like I don't talk about Jesus as much as I should. I feel like most of the time when I'm on here, I'm really, really punchy, but I am a really big Christian. That is something that's really, really important to me, is my relationship with God. And so I kind of want this episode to be a little bit of that. Not super deep, because I'm not going to get super deep with y'all. I'm not a pastor. I'm just a Libby. But one of the things early on, page 4, that stuck out to me that I really wanted to share with y'all is, the world tells us we'll find life in other people's approval and achievements. And that stuck out to me pretty heavily because I'm a 3. So I'm an Enneagram 3. If y'all have not taken the Enneagram test, I highly suggest you do so. So I'm a 3. So all of my self-worth, well, not all of it, but most of my self-worth is tied to achievement. So if I'm not achieving anything or producing anything, I feel like I'm a failure. And so when I read that struck me deep in my core. I was like, yeah, I always have to be doing something, or I feel like I'm wasting this life that I was given. And I think sometimes we focus too much on that we miss the life that we're actually living. We miss the moments that we're in, and I'm getting much better at that. Very exciting news. Life with Libby merch will be available on Friday, February 25th. And I am so freaking pumped just to be able to say that to y'all and know that there are some of y'all who are listening who can't wait to order. Just makes my heart so full and so happy. And I just genuinely, I'm so excited. I had been waiting to share that with y'all, but it's February, it's here, it's happening, it's launch month, merch is coming to you. So, but anyway, that reminded me, that's one of the things that I'm producing, but I have been able to enjoy the things that I'm producing. So I'm gonna sit, and instead of being okay, I launched merch, what's next? I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna enjoy that. My name is on a t-shirt. My brand is on a t-shirt, and that is huge, and I'm gonna sit there and I'm going to applaud myself for that achievement instead of trying to climb the ladder and go at what's next. I think that having goals is important, but I think sometimes we get overwhelmed and we want to just keep going because people are proud of us and they're telling us that they're proud of us, and we feel like we're not good enough unless we're always doing that. So that was that first that was one of the first things that struck me out of the book. Another one was, and this ties into exactly what I just said. So it says, sometimes when we're trying to live our lives fully, we go wrong by turning to quick, temporary highs. I'm going to read that one more time. Sometimes when we're trying to live our lives fully, we go wrong by turning too quick to temporary highs. So, she talks a lot about like Instagram and likes and all, and finding validation in that. And I think we are all very guilty of that. I think that there's a very healthy balance. And I've stayed in that healthy balance for the most part. Like, I used to care a lot about the likes that I would get on my posts and on my reels and all these things. But like, if just one person sees it, then just one person is impacted. That's all that I can ask for. Do I want more likes? Absolutely. Everybody wants more likes. Duh. But I don't tie my self-worth to that anymore. That's a temporary high, right? Who I am as a person is more than the likes that I get on Instagram. And I want you to think that way as well. Like, you are more than your follower count on Instagram. Like, who you are as a person, who God created you to be, that is more important than that. And if you are walking a life that is good and holy and you are spreading a good message, you're doing great. I think you're doing great. So those were two things. I'm just going to flip through here because I underlined a lot. This would be easier if I would like set this mic down, but I'm not going to. Please hold. Wait, I highlighted something on the next page. Please hold. I should have bookmarked this, y'all, and I didn't, of course. Ooh, okay. This is good. This is coming from 1 Corinthians 2:9. Says, no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has imagined what God has prepared for those who love him. Right now, I want you to picture the life of your wildest dreams. God has it made 10 times better for you. Like, we can dream about something, but the plan that God has for us is so much bigger than anything we could have ever imagined. And how, like, it's incredible what God does for us. And if you're ever lost and you're like, Lib's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Like, I feel really lost. I feel really confused. Turn to him. Whether you're happy, you're sad, you're angry, you're anxious, turn to him. Pray on it. Walk in that light. Walk towards him. I think sometimes I'll be really vulnerable here with y'all. Like, sometimes I have a hard time showing up and sharing my faith because I cuss like a sailor. And I'm like, that is not a very godly thing to do. It is not very godly to drop the F-bomb all the time, but I do. And God still loves me. Like, God still loves you. And I think a lot of times people don't love Christians because there are a lot of Christians out there who would look at me and be like, you should not be sharing the word of God. Well, tough shit, sweetheart. I am. Jesus loves me. Jesus loves you too, and all of your flaws. He made me, he made you, he knows my walk of life before I even walk it. So, tough shit for you, Karen. Don't you love that we have, like, Karens in the world? But I actually really wanted to, I want to touch on something because this is really what I wanted to talk about, but I was like, well, I don't really know if I want to share this, but it keeps coming to my heart. So, one of the chapters in here, it says, don't waste the waiting. I think a lot of people, are in a waiting season right now. Like, people my age, you're waiting for the right relationship, you're waiting for the right job, you're waiting for the right house, you're waiting for all of these things, right? I will share this with y'all. I know that I talk about my past relationship pretty frequently, more than I would like to. And I'm afraid that y'all are going to think that I'm still stuck in that relationship. I'm not. I'm very much so over it. But there were so many lessons that came from it. And that's why I want to talk about it so much, because I learned so much in that relationship that I can apply to my future relationships, to like everyday life, to everything. And I think that these are lessons that I want to share with y'all. So this is one of them. Don't waste the waiting season. So back in 2019, I went through an entire fertility journey. And then I had thought the game plan was for us to get married October 10th, 2020. So I spent all of 2019 waiting for him to propose. No, not even yeah, because I was like, I need a year to plan. I spent all of 2019 waiting. I just sat around and I just waited and I waited and I waited and I waited. And I did things strictly for him. I did things that would earn me the engagement ring, right? I was doing all of these things. Toxic relationship, yes, I'm fully aware. I was in a very toxic headspace in this. But I sat there and I waited and I waited and I waited and I waited. And I did all of the things for him. I didn't do anything for myself. I didn't chase any goals of my, like small things. Yes, looking back at it now, they were all cover-ups and they weren't really for me. Everything I did was for him and to please him so that I can earn this engagement ring. That's not how that's supposed to work. That's not how that's supposed to work at all, whatsoever. And looking back on it now, there are so many things that I don't want to say I wish I would have done, because I'm incredibly grateful for that, because it was a really hard lesson for me to learn when fall of 2019, he was like, I actually don't think we should get married. I was like, fantastic, awesome. That's a heartbreak. And we'll talk about that another day, maybe not, but that's okay too. And I had spent all this time doing things just to please him, and I didn't do anything for myself. And so now I'm in a waiting season. I'm waiting for something to play out, right? I have an idea of how I would like it to play out. But if it doesn't, it's okay. I feel like God handed me this person. It was like, hey, here you go. Here's how you deserve to be loved. Here's how you deserve to be treated. Here's this. Here's a quick glance. But you get distracted really easily, so I'm going to take that and you're going to focus. You're going to focus for a good chunk of time. And they're going to be unavailable to you. Like, you're not going to be able to call them. You're not going to be, like, whatever. I'm not going to go in super detail, but I'm in a waiting season right now. And at first I was like, are you kidding me? You're going to give me this perfect human, and then God's going to be like, no, just kidding. I'm taking them. But here's what happened. I realized God handed me this person, gave me a shining glimmer of hope, and was like, gave me a gut feeling, and then said, I'm going to take them, but you're going to focus on you. And I was just talking about it with Dr. Andrew today. I have really, truly focused on myself since August. Like, head down, blinders on, just focused on Libby. And that has been the most incredible thing. This has been the biggest blessing to me. Has this been hard? For sure. The situation has been super hard, and I hope that one day I can share all of this with you. But it's been really hard, but it's been super fucking cool for me to sit and focus on me. And my point to this is, I hope that if you are in a waiting season, if you're waiting for a relationship to play out, if you're waiting for that job, don't waste the waiting. Do things for you that are going to get you closer to your end goal. Do things that improve you, the person that you are, because I'm telling you right now, here in a couple months, when this comes to fruition, if it works out the way that I had prayed it to, awesome. If it doesn't, that's okay too, because the next person to come into my life gets the best version of me because I have focused on myself. I don't know how many of y'all are in waiting seasons waiting for that relationship to work out, or you're waiting to meet that guy, or you're waiting to meet that girl. What are you doing while you're waiting? Are you taking care of you? Or are you waiting for them to come into your life and hoping that they're gonna love you and make you happy? Are you happy just by yourself right now? Are you happy by yourself? I am so fucking happy by myself right now. Like, I am just the happiest fucking camper. Do I want this to work out? Fuck yeah, I do. Yes, I do. I do really bad. But if it doesn't, it's okay. It's okay because I didn't put all of my eggs in one basket. I didn't just sit around these 9 months and just wait for them. I said I wasn't going to share a ton of this. I'm going to shut up now about the details of it. But I have focused on myself, and I encourage you to do the same. In your waiting season, don't waste it. Don't waste it. When you're in between jobs, say you don't have your dream job right now. Okay, in your current job, what can you be doing to get you to your dream job? What could you be doing? I encourage you to focus on you and your goals in your waiting season. Because I can tell you right now, I am the happiest that I've ever been. I'm the happiest that I've ever been. And you know what's fucking crazy? It is February. It is February. This is usually when seasonal depression hits me so hard and I'm down and out. There is fucking chaos going on in my life right now. And there's like so many fucking things going on that it makes my head spin. And those should give me anxiety. And I'm like, this stresses me out, but it is what it is. And that's crazy. Focus on you. Love yourself. Do things for yourself. Show up for yourself. Okay? Don't waste the waiting season. So I hope that was helpful. I know that I'm being super vague about the situation that I'm in, but I'm hoping that like one day I'll be able to tell you all about this. But there's certain parts of my life that I would like to keep to myself. But yeah, I hope that this was a good episode. I'm going to go through this book more, and I hope the next couple episodes I'll be able to pull more from this book because there was a lot of really good stuff in there, and I tore through that book. But this was kind of a longer episode, so I appreciate y'all sticking with me, especially because I kind of hemmed and hawed around a couple things and didn't give y'all a ton of detail. But anyway, don't waste the waiting season. I gotta go. It's freaking 8 o'clock at night. I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna do that. Oh, one more thing. Tell me you live in the Midwest without telling me you live in the Midwest. I'll go first. Today I walked outside. It was 44 degrees. I was like, oh my gosh, it's so warm. We're supposed to get a shit ton of snow tonight. So if y'all are in the Midwest, please drive safe tomorrow. Stay home. Do what you gotta do. But I gotta go. Goodbye, y'all. Have a good night.